Certainly the best.
Hello, viewers. Welcome to Viewpoints on ITV. I am Caroline Okonji, and today on Viewpoint, we're going to be talking about the current electricity issues and situations that we as business owners, as individuals, are facing in Nigeria, as over 80% of households lack adequate access to grid, as Nigeria's electricity sector suffers from chronic liquidity trap and infrastructural decay, leading to frequent national grid collapses, with generation dropping below 4,200 megawatts, far short of the 4,000 megawatts required for its citizens and population. It is a Viewpoint on ITV, and we're going to be looking at some of the key issues affecting our electricity sector in Nigeria. I am Caroline Okonji.
In terms of security of it, we need light. And based on that, in some areas, it makes it difficult for us when we are on patrol at night. And we are even begging the state government to try and do something, at least by supplying street lights in some area that are dark in the night. In most cases in our community, there are places that is very dangerous, that without light we cannot do anything of such. For so doing, we want, as a matter of urgency, the Edo State government to try and do the needful, so that the security will be okay for us, so that we can be able to work effectively.
The issue of NEPA issue that you came from is very rapid to us, in the sense that the NEPA look as if we are not a citizen of Nigeria, because since a month there's no light in us. We have been passing through. Which NEPA, anytime they came, a minute or 30 minutes to, they will come and they will bring the light to us. That is, we are not expecting them to come and collect their bill. Indirectly, we are expecting bill from them to come and collect. Within that hour or 2 hours, you will see a number of people with a ladder. They will come. They will come. And after their collection, there is nothing like light again. They will block us up. I think before we have this light, they mandated us to buy a meter, which we bought individual. We pay through the NDC, we have our transformer here, not through NEPA. Before we got out this light, they mandated us to write an application of submitting it to the NEPA as a will to them. And we work for it. We should not claim ownership. And we fought for the transformer. And after that, again, they came that there is no oil in it. We pay up to 1 point something a day. Before. After all that, they came up again, said it was meter issue again, that every community, every houses have to have a meter, which we did. We have to. I have my own receipt. I have my paper meter in my residential house here. So after all that again, they came up with a past bill. We, before we make that transformer, bought that transformer, we've been glad out for 10 years here. They came with a bill to us again that we need to pay a standing bill. We went to Testament, their office there. After we left the one at the bypass, they were delivering us. Before they now refer us to the one at bypass. I don't want to mention name of the manager there. Got in there again. He said we have to go for all those things. We need to fulfill all those things which we did. After that, they now on the light for us. As they on the light, not up to a month, we were still in blackout again. So at the end of it, we went again. They said it was according to them that the electric wiring merge. That was because that they now cut us off again from Iyowa again, which we not pick. Read that matter again. The Chiri community, which is the Kabetu, Igbo Veme, and Igwe. After that, they brought a light for a week again. After a week, they cut us off again. They said, Iyowa is owing. We now went to the office again and told them that if Iyowa is owing, does that mean it affects our community? We are blackout. So I told you this. So before we sort all those things out, we have already made up our mind. We can do away with our neighbor. When our father was living with a lamp and all these things, we were enjoying it. We cannot be paying for what we are not using. We cannot be paying for what we are not using. So if they feel they want to cut us off from this NEPA issue, they should cut everybody off totally, so that we will know that we are not with NEPA. Not that after 3 weeks, they will not bring a light under 22 hours or 3 hours. They will come and collect their money. It's unfair to the masses.
The electricity issues and challenges that BEDC in the state is devastating, in the sense that as a minister I suffer a lot in terms of electricity. As an individual, not only me, the entire people of Edo State, and not only in Edo State, Nigeria as a whole, we are really facing electricity challenge in the country, in the sense that we are not getting constant light. Even though the tariff of electricity is high, people don't even get the light. I don't know how the government will enhance constant light for the Nigerian people, especially in Edo State here. We are seeing the government are not taking a proactive step towards this direction. But if the government will be able to ensure that people are paying for electricity and they are not getting electricity, government should take a drastic step in this direction by making sure if people have constant light, people will want to pay for it. But a situation where you don't see light, at the end of the month you see BEDC personnel coming to people's house to come to cut lights, is really a problem. My major concern is that let them provide us electricity and people will pay for it. But a situation whereby we don't have constant light, out of 24 hours, people cannot boast of 3 hours light in a day. It's a problem that we are really facing. People who are doing business cannot do business effectively. People who are doing business, they want to make sure their foodstuff does not get spoiled. Nobody can preserve their food again. Even though they cook, you cannot preserve it. Even though electricity for our artisans to work, they cannot get electricity to empower their equipment in order to boost productivity for the entire society. It is really a problem. The state of electricity in our country, in our state, is very poor. Very, very poor. We don't know how government is creating effectiveness on this aspect. We say Nigeria is generating electricity and the neighboring are getting electricity, and the people that are in this country are not benefiting it. Nigerians, we are crying. As a person, I am crying. We don't say as an individual we don't want to pay for electricity. We are not saying that they should give us light for free, but let them make light available and let people pay for it.
They often tell us the national grid is collapsed. So ultimately it's to develop enough capacity, the whole process of generation, distribution and the rest of it. And then the enabling law, the happy thing recently is that they have said is deregulated. State governments and private investors can now enter the electricity market, generate and sell. So we do hope that will be a great deal of improvement, because without electricity, really, we are going to remain in the Stone Age. We cannot industrialize. Even domestically, we cannot have the comfort we should derive from electricity. We should consider all the options, whether the new sources like wind, solar in our country, so that we're able to generate enough for our consumption. The darkness is a cover for any kind of nefarious activity. Yeah, so if the place is not well lit or substantially lit up, people can ordinarily hide under the cover of darkness to perpetrate just anything, not just robbery, kidnapping and whatever you have. Yeah. Don't also forget that we now have private investors. The government doesn't have so much to do with electricity anymore, apart from regulation. So they also have to maximize their profit. So it may have been a mistake in the first instance, divesting from electricity at the level of government.
Let me talk about the state where I live, where I reside. The total blackout is nothing to write up about. We really suffer when it comes to light. Edo is suffering. I think our governor is trying to, we have to do more. Our Excellency, Senator Monday, our governor of Edo, executive governor, you have to do much when it comes to that light issue. We are suffering. There are some of us who can provide electricity for ourselves, solar and all that. Maybe a generator, this was the case, but not everybody. And so at this junction, I think it is expedient that our governor looks straight into this issue and solve this problem. What would I call it? I don't know the right English to use. The right English right now, we have serious problem when it comes to light. Businesses are going down. Those selling drinks, those who have koro, without generator, you can't do anything. And the J is on the high side. Those small jewelry, those are better passing our neighbor used to buy them 30,000, 10,000. Now you can't buy it. Then the other one is the Tiger and the LMX 1 point something for ordinary generator. So it doesn't make any sense at all. So we're begging on our executive governor, the governor that knows what to do, to please to look into us and save us from darkness. Then when it comes to these funny BDC people, we're raising a child that came from the US and the others. The first thing they learned in Nigeria is NEPA don't bring light. Children brought from abroad. The NEPA don't bring light. Can you imagine such? And so these funny people, 2 days, they'll bring the light, on and off for 2 days. The next thing they'll come with their estimated billing. They start dragging people, wires and all that. It's high time. I think it's high time we stand our ground and let them know that we're not fools. We are Nigerians. We all own this nation. It belongs to nobody. It belongs to nobody and it's for everybody. We should stand our ground and fight for our rights. This BDC, I bet may they pack, may they go. NEPA still better pass. You can't go out at night when there is no light. The security issue is what the government is trying. I may cannot chrome them in one day, but we individual too. Like the police used to say, see something, say something. But sometimes when you say something, they use it as a bait, and so we need to. Edo State government need to give us security as well. Nightlife in Benin is almost gone. But I also want to say kudos to our governor. For the first time, it was December free of bloodshed. It was wonderful. Look, we have most of our people in Nigeria right now, those living in diaspora, those living abroad. Many of them came December and this January. And they came and they're enjoying it. So I believe our excellent governor Our Excellency can do more about that to give us more security. Like those travel, if you're traveling from Benin to Akure, Benin to Ifon, those roads are no go area at night. You can't date. So I believe with all hands on deck and our governor and the police, our CP, let's hope and pray for our action governor to do something about insecurity.
ADDC, since they came in, I don't think they have done well by my own assessment. And darkness is synonymous with demonic things. And they have thrown their city into darkness, Benin City, Edo State as it were, is in darkness. And I think that the government should step into the matter to do something about the situation. Because the way I look at it is that, for me, I think it is deliberate. Because there are some areas that have light, they call it dedicated light. So why can't everybody have the same light? Because there are areas for 2 weeks no light, for 1 month no light. Some people have 3 hours a day. Some people have 1 hour. And if they bring light in these 20 years, so people shout, hey, they'll be saying up NEPA instead of up BEDC, which is BEDC. So the thing is that government should step in and help us. People are dying, and most people are paying for darkness. They go there, they threaten people, they bring light when it is wanted for 3 days, 2 hours, 3 days, they come and collect money and they shut it down again. So I think the government should step in. If they are going to be thrown out, they should be thrown and bring people who can give us light, who are ready to pay. It was privatized. That was a good intention by government, but the people that did it, I'm sure they gave it to their cronies who does not know anything about the management of light, and that's why we are where we are. It has really hampered nightlife because we don't work in darkness, and the only thing that is helping us now is this solar that people put everywhere, and some persons that have money to buy diesel and buy fuel. It's not everybody that have that kind of money, so it has really disturbed or hampered nightlife. But government is trying to bring it back by putting street light and everything. So we commend them. We pray that God will give government more power, more strength, more wisdom to do what they have to do. And the individuals are also trying by helping to lighten up everywhere. So we praise them. But for BEDC, I think they should go. We need better people.
The situation of electricity in Benin here now, I will give them at least 30%. They don't even up to 50% from my area. But I wish the government can improve, because if you see what they happen to us now, we all they use our hand to define electricity. Some of us they go generator for us, some of us we get solar, some of us we go generate big blister. All these people get like hotel. So I wish the government they really improve for electricity. All those generators will become condemned for our hand. You understand? So people no go dey go for it. And money now they need to put, because that energy, that light will really linger. If light dey for this, imagine if you come for here for Shiloko Road now, government already put light, but in the evening everywhere go be dark. So where there is light, everything, even the security aspect of itself, wetin anything for that light is too plenty. No be one particular thing. So we need light. If I come out for office now, if light no dey, we must buy generator. At least from office I dey buy at least, if I'm not mistaken, 5,000 every day for sure. Imagine na times 1 month, na big money. And na money. From then I will come see look at people, come here say we come dey go for solar. Make we use solar take stabilize them, because solar dey give us more, make savings from the fuel aspect of it. So if you get light, nothing like light, your light can carry AC, can carry everything for us. And to the noise, no go even give you that noise issue. So we prefer light more than any other thing.
The light is our problem. We are suffering for light. You can see our business without light, we cannot improve. We need light. The show of light is very, very, very low. I don't know if you're getting it, very low. We need light. The show of light in Edo State is very poor. Patronage is very low. You can see we bought fuel at least every day 10,000, 15,000 a day. But you can stay 2 days, 3 days, no light. The show of business is very, very, very low. Very low. So we are begging government to improve on light aspect. Without light, you cannot sell bulb, you cannot sell fan. You understand? When you have light, you prepare to buy fan. Not everybody can provide solar for his house. Actually, we need light.
Electricity in Benin City or in Edo State has been with mixed feelings, because to some they will give the positive nod that they are faring well with the supply of electricity, but with some become so epileptic of recent. Me personally, I have discovered that we are not paying for what we get, or we don't get what we pay for. The reason being that the regulatory body that's supposed to task the BEDC are not doing enough to satisfy a customer by way of ensuring that you get what you pay for. For those who are using prepaid meter, there are reports that suggest that even the prepaid meter is even overbilling or overcharging consumers, as against what the government is telling us. Only recently we discovered that the BDC keep complaining that the generation company is not supplying them what they ought to get, which will in turn affect the consumer. And even at a point they also raise the issue of federal government owing them. But just recently the federal government has paid a huge sum of money to liquidate what they are owing this distribution company. But looking at the experience of consumer in terms of the electricity supply, it is so appalling. They will either give you excuse of faulty transformer, which they left for the consumer to contribute money to fix, whereas it is supposed to be the onus of BDC to fix the transformer so that they can in turn supply electricity to the consumer who pay for that service. It's like you are buying a recharge card. I am not sure that the recharge card you buy is what they give you. It varies from quarter to quarter. It varies from consumer to consumer. For example, for those who have been using the analog or the estimated billing, you will discover that whatever they bring, which is not subject to negotiation, by the time you now procure your own prepaid meter, they will bring everything inside the bill and begin to roll out deductions arbitrarily without consulting with the consumer. Even the estimated billing they brought was not even discussed by the consumer. So, and there is nobody that is there to advocate for the consumer or to leverage on the complaints. Nobody to complain to. So that makes it very, very heartbreaking. So for me, I believe the federal government and indeed the lawmaker, the National Assembly, should set up a body where consumer can run to and lay their complaints, so that there can be an equilibrium between the consumer and the BDC, for example.
To wrap it up on Viewpoint on ITV, we're going to be highlighting some of the key issues that was actually mentioned by our respondents, which some said it is as a result of poor maintenance, gas supply shortage, and poor metering, just to list but a few. And the government at all levels, they are expected to do the needful and do the right thing to ensure steady power supply for citizens in order to boost means of livelihood, especially for business owners in the country. It is Viewpoint on ITV. I am Caroline Okunji.
Na iku e ri me iwe o.
Well, doesn't it just feel amazing to know that it's that special time of the week once again, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, of course, it's another beautiful Monday evening, and it's my pleasure to have you join us on yet another amazing episode of the Guys Hangout Show on Independent Television, reaching you live from the city of Benin. Yes, I know there are people who are just joining us for the first time. Well, for the record, the Guys Hangout Show is a unique show that teaches men to put themselves first in a society where it seems like, people hardly pay attention to the needs of men. I always say that men are on their own. In fact, the moment you give birth to the male child, life is already leading him by 1-0. Well, I know that's on a lighter note, but hey, that's actually underscores the harsh reality that men are born into. Well, the Guys Hangout Show teaches men to, prioritize themselves and, of course, invest themselves just so they'll be able to give out to the world around them. You can't give what you don't have, right? So it's important that you invest in yourself just so you'll be able to, give out to everyone that is depending on you in one way or the other. What you have is what you give. My name is Harry Aigboje, and of course, it's my pleasure to have you join me on this episode of the show. Now, tonight we have a very interesting conversation, something that has been, making the rounds on social media lately. It's something that has to do with rape allegations. First off, let's put certain things in proper perspective. Rape is a very, very serious issue. It's not something to play with, okay? Now, there have been several cases of, women coming out to complain, or should I say, allege that they've been raped. And of course, every time such happens, there's usually an outrage. And of course, society calls for, justice for such women. But what also happens when there is a false allegation of rape? Because it's really no news that some women, should I say, mischievous women are beginning to weaponize rape. Some women could just wake up one morning and say, somebody raped them. And if proper investigation is not carried out, there is a tendency to believe that it's true. Okay, but that's basically what we're discussing tonight. What happens in the case of a false rape allegation? Well, I'm not alone on the show tonight. I've got my homie in the building. And of course, together we're going to be doing justice to this very, very interesting conversation. Well, he's really not someone new. He goes by the name of Emmanuel Walters.
Yeah, good evening. I'm really excited being here today.
Yeah, of course.
The topic is just making me jiggling.
It's giving you some sort of
vibes,
ginger.
Yeah.
All right. So it's actually a very interesting. Yeah, it's indeed a pleasure to have you. It's a very interesting conversation, right?
Yes,
like I said in opening, rape is a serious issue. It's not something to joke with, right?
Yeah.
We've seen cases where women have come out to cry out that they were raped or at least sexually assaulted.
Something like that.
And whenever such happens, we know that society doesn't joke. Society doesn't joke with cases.
Most especially social media.
Right. We hear of calls for justice and the rest of them.
Yeah.
The Ochanya case was a case in point.
Yeah.
But we've also seen that because of the outrage that usually follows, allegations of rape, some very mischievous women have also taken it upon themselves to weaponize it. Weaponize it in the sense that some of them just cook up stories of alleged rape.
Yeah.
Okay, they allege that they were raped by a certain guy, and then before you know what's going on, the guy is already doing time, like doing
serving his jail sentence,
right?
Yeah.
But after a while, maybe after much investigation,
I end up discovering that the guy was actually innocent. Yeah.
So we have a series of questions to ask in this regard. First of all, what's your take on that? Like, how does it make you feel as a man, knowing that there are men who are falsely accused of rape, and not just falsely accused, but are subjected to punishment. And serious, should I say, societal stigmatization.
Yeah. First off, I feel very bad because I'm going to feel very bad because I'm a man myself. You understand? And being a man myself, I feel the pains of other men. You understand? So I imagine if I was in the if I was in their shoes, how will I feel? How will it be for me? You understand? So I feel the pains of those men actually. But first of all, before a woman will wake up and cook up a story, there should be something. You get? There should be a reason for that.
Okay.
Because you cannot, for everything you do in life, there's a reason for everything.
There's no smoke without fire.
There's no smoke without fire. It's the psychology of life.
Okay.
You get? Now, there are three major things that I've seen that causes this, that pushes these motives. I call them the 3 C's. You get, first off, clouds. The lady is just chasing clouds. Attention, the fame, social media engagements, likes, and you understand. Second of all, conflicts, personal vendettas. You get, between she and the accused. Something like, if I can't have you, no one way. Okay. So you get. Then the third one, cover-ups. Maybe a lady that is married to a strict partner. You understand? She slept late, or she didn't come home early. Now, why you not home early? Then you just give one kind of excuse, and the next thing you are already accusing somebody. You get, for coming home late. In other words, it's a gaslighting weapon. Gaslighting weapon. Thank you. These are the 3 C's that pushes. Wow, that's quite interesting. Yeah. That kind of reminds me of a biblical story. I'm talking about Joseph and the Potiphar's wife. Yes. That's kind of similar to it. Yes, that's kind of similar. That was actually not even similar. It's actually the case, because it's a forced rape allegation. Because Joseph refused to sleep with Potiphar's wife, she now had to accuse him of rape. Falsely. And you understand? We all know the story. All right, so let's begin. Okay, what factors do you think? Because you've actually made mention of the three C's, right? Now, beyond, can you elaborate more on these factors? You know, the factors that lead to false rape allegations. Okay, like if you check what has been happening on social media, the false rape allegation, the girl from on Twitter, actually, the Mirabel girl. That one was actually clouds. She was just craving attention. But at first it looked so credible, real. So believable. Yes, that's why people jumped in. Because now, rape is a case that once you put it on the internet, everybody jumps in. Like you said, it's a very, very disgusting act. Yes. You get, it's a very, very disgusting act. So now when you put someone out there and say he's a rapist, everybody's against him. You get, everybody's against him. So she was just chasing clout. I think she just thought of, how am I going to get fame now? How am I going to be out there now? Then she just decided to go with rape. And it actually worked for her. It worked for her at first, you understand? At least people reached out to her, VDM, and the like. I think they even crowdfunded for her. You understand? Yeah. But at the end of the day now, it has spoiled her reputation. You understand? It's spoiled her reputation. But let's not talk about our own case now. Let's talk about the accused. The person she accused that raped her. It also spoiled that guy's reputation. But did she actually accuse anyone? Because I think that was the argument a lot of persons were pushing at the time. That she didn't specifically, accuse anybody. Someone. I really didn't follow up on the case actually. But I think I heard some rumors of someone being accused. At some point when she was being interrogated, I think she was trying to paint a picture of a certain guy, a tall, dark guy. But I guess it was somewhere in the middle of that the truth came out, that it was all a cooked up story. But some persons are beginning to say that if the truth was not uncovered early enough, she probably could have pinned it on someone. Yes, and that was what she was already doing during the interrogation. She was already pinning it on someone. Maybe she did not think about her story well enough. Okay. You understand? There are some people that I would say they don't know how to lie. They use lie to cover up lies, and during the process, they keep exposing their lies. Okay, so the more lies you tell, the more you expose the previous lies you get. So that was what really happened in our own case. But for instance, now that she actually pinned it on that guy, you get, and now the guy is serving jail sentence, or the guy was already in court. Do you know, funny enough, this false rape allegation, they are rare. They are not common. Really? Yes, because according to statistics, out of 100 people, 90 out of 100 cases, 90 are actually true. You get, 10 are false. But do you know why the minority, I would say, let me just put it in a phrase, the loud minority, you get, the reason why that 10 is what you keep on hearing, you might not even hear about the 90, is because, like I said, rape is a very disgusting act. It goes viral.
Okay.
You understand? It's what social media feeds on. That's what it fuels on. You understand? So once they see, they can see. Most times, out of the 90, some of them, they might not even speak out.
Okay.
They might not speak out
for fear of stigmatization.
Stigmatization, and maybe if the case is not judged properly,
okay,
what is going to happen to them? You understand? So they'll just chill. They'll just stay locked in. Sometimes court where we slow the case down, keep on adjourning to avoid all those expenses and all those pains. They'll just stay locked in.
Okay.
You understand? So that's why we keep on hearing about the false rape allegation. But according to the statistics, they are very rare.
Okay.
You get? That's just it. So now, let's go back to the accused. That's been accused. You accuse someone now of rape. You are terminating his image. There's a probability that he's going to lose his job for that. Just for one line, one word that you said against him, just one lie that you tell against him, he might lose his job,
lose his reputation,
his
mental health.
Imagine he's looking for another job now, and the boss of the company decided to search his name up on Google. The first thing that's going to come out is
the tag.
The tag, a rapist. You said it. The case has been judged. You discover that the guy is actually innocent, but according to social media will always still tag him as a rapist.
All right, that's a very disturbing one, if you ask me. But I would like us to take a look at how society, reacts to cases of rape. Okay, now we saw what happened during the Mirabel case.
Yeah.
How some celebrities took it up. Of course, one particular person that was caught up in the fire was Simi.
Yeah.
Yeah, Simi, the singer. Of course, we all know how passionate Simi has always been, with regards to, rape and assault cases. Of course, she's very, vocal about defense of the female child. I mean, of the girl child, right? But at a certain point, when it was discovered that Mirabel was lying, I think somebody asked her what she had to say about that, and then she asked the person to shut the F up.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
So why do people become so, should I say, inhuman? Or should I say biased in this case now? Because, okay, we understand that you are trying to protect the female child.
Okay.
As a girl child that you are yourself.
Yeah.
When it was later discovered that the girl child herself was lying. So why did she stand her ground and refuse to, put into consideration the reputation of the person that was lied against, or the potential victim of a false rape allegation?
Okay. In a situation like this now, it's not only Simi that is affected. Let's say in this case now, Simi is affected. In other cases, most times it might not be only Simi. We can hear of NGOs that are also affected, that come out at first to support the girl, and after discovering that the girl was lying, they'll just, you understand, they'll just chill out, don't say anything else. This thing, first of all, they just jump into conclusion. There's no evidence.
And that's the $1 million question. Why are people always so quick to jump into conclusion?
Yeah. That's I would say that's the human mentality. It's a human mentality. You understand? They have this, according to biology, I think is a immune. I've forgotten what they call it in science, that makes people act before they think. You understand? It's something that comes with all humans. You see cases that somebody will say fire, 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 fire. Before you check if it's true, you're already out of the window already. You understand? It's a immune that comes with the human body. You act before you think. That's what is actually happening to these people. You get? There's no evidence. You're already acting already. You're already judging. Or you're trying to protect the girl child. You are trying to, yes, you are doing the right thing. You are trying to protect the girl child. Okay, now
that the truth is out.
That the truth is out. Why can't you just apologize? You understand? Apologize to the public and let the public know that your motive was actually to protect the girl child. Accept your blame.
I'm glad you made mention of motive, because at some point people were beginning to question her motive. right? On the surface, it looks like she's defending the girl child.
Yeah.
But if you take a deeper look, it actually gives us the impression that she's probably just being a misandrist.
Yes, that was
she's against men.
She's against men.
Because if the truth is out and you've been told that the girl lied after all, what were you supposed to do? Tender an apology?
Simple. She made a very wrong move by replying that guy like that, by replying a fan. And funny enough, the girl would definitely be a fan. Everybody loves Simi.
Of course.
Yeah, everybody takes her in high regard, in high esteem.
If not for any other reason, for her music.
Yes. But now what she did now, she has just pulled down her own reputation. She lost followers. You get, for just 1 4-letter words. I think it's just a 4-letter words, STFU. You get, she has lost her reputation. I don't know why she feel like that is going to protect her, but it was a very, very wrong move from someone like Simi.
Okay, let's examine the impact of false rape allegations on the victims. In what ways, in what practical ways do you think it actually affects, people who have been accused, wrongly accused of rape? How do you think it affects them?
First of all, their mental health. It affects their mental health because your phone now, take a look at this now, the media houses, let me use the newspapers for example. There's a case, a rape case. You check their headlines, on their front cover is written in bold letters. You get, on their front covers, written in bold letters. Now, when the truth is out, you will see that news in page 10, written in small letters, no longer
in capitals.
You get, now, let's come to social media.
In other
now.
words, the damage has been done.
The damage has been done and can't be undone.
Okay.
Let's come to social media now. Your phone, your laptop, your computer is something that you take everywhere with you. It goes to your bedroom, you're in Canada, you're in any country, is with you. You get, imagine opening your phone now and let me say you're on X, you just open your X app, your Twitter app, and first thing you start seeing your face, your name, your pictures everywhere as the accused. Your mental health is affecting your mental health. It affects your sociality with others. Now you want to be alone. It leads to depression. In most cases, it leads to suicide. Because you can't stand the ground. Going somewhere now, everywhere, like that guy.
So there's a stigma.
There's a stigma that moves along with it. Like I said now, no company
would want to associate with
someone like that, that has that stigma, that tag to his name. Family self, some family self, they might not want to be with you anymore
because you've brought
shame to the family.
Okay,
you understand? There's a lot of insults that goes with it. Even if finally that you are being cleared, your name is cleared.
Yeah.
The words are already there already. They have been said already.
All right, just a quick one. What should the legal system do? Because I think the legal system is not balanced enough.
It's not balanced enough.
There's this vigor with which the law goes after the accused.
Okay.
Right, especially when a lady cries out and cries out about being raped or being assaulted. The law doesn't take it lightly. But it seems like when it is discovered that such allegations were false, the energy isn't the same. So why is it so?
I just feel it's the system of the country, because according to the constitution, it's actually in the law. You understand that a rapist should be judged accordingly. You understand? Then someone that falsely accused another person should also be judged. There's a fine for it.
Do you think a fine is enough? Because some persons have been advocating lately, especially with with recent developments, that the same penalty that goes to rapists should also go to false salamists.
Yeah, that's why most people are getting it wrong. I won't say I'm not in support of that.
Okay.
I'm totally in support of that, you understand? But take a look at it this way now. You say, let's say death sentence, immediate death sentence to a rapist. That's the law, that's what the law says, immediate death sentence to a rapist. And immediate death sentence to someone that lied.
Okay.
You get? Now, take a look at those people that were actually raped, but they don't have enough evidence to prove that they have been raped. What are you going to say about that?
Well, that is the more reason, people should gather enough evidence before making such a grave allegation, don't you think?
Yes, gather enough evidence. But what if you don't have enough evidence to gather now? Should the person just keep quiet? Because I don't have enough evidence to prove that I was actually raped.
Well, in all honesty, before you get to, I think there are layers to this thing, there are levels to this thing. Mm-hmm. You could speak to someone. For example, there are, family members, friends that you could speak to. But before you take it to a court of competent jurisdiction, then you must have your evidence. You see, the court of law is a different ballgame entirely.
Yes.
You understand? So what I'm asking is it proper that people who come out to lie against others, over rape allegations are let off the hook while the rapists themselves are prosecuted?
I won't agree they should be let off the hook. They should be punished.
Okay, but you're saying that the sentence or the punishment should be lesser?
Yes, it should be lesser. It should be considerable, so that not to keep the real victims
not to discourage
quiet.
Okay.
You understand? Not to keep the real victims quiet. You understand? But at least, okay, now the victim now, like according to the VAPP Act, I've actually forgotten the full name for that acronym. Is actually the Constitution. The fine to a falsely accused someone that lied is actually, I think, 6 months in jail. Just for lying that someone raped you. 6 months in jail, you pay a sum of 300, 500,000. You get? That should be fair enough.
You think so?
Yes, it should be fair enough, because now, you that don't have any money, you are coming out to lie, or you are thinking of it now that you are going to serve a 6J term.
Okay.
You think twice before you come out to lie. Because you are coming out to lie now, definitely you have no little evidence, or even if you have enough evidence, proper interrogation will prove that you are definitely lying.
Okay.
You get? So now the laws should be taken accordingly. Like our system now, like I said this earlier, the system is actually corrupt.
Okay.
The person can just bring something, 1 or 2 things, then the case will just die down there. So it's very wrong. I think the law there, the 6 months jail term, is actually okay.
It's fair enough.
It's fair enough.
Okay.
But they should be effective. It should not just be in writing.
It shouldn't just be on paper.
It shouldn't just be on paper. It should be effective.
All right, as we begin to wrap up now, what's your parting word? What's your word of advice, to young men out there who have been, of course, it's a very broad subject, because there's also a category of guys who were molested, sexually molested as children, right?
Yeah.
But that's a different ballgame entirely. It's a different conversation entirely. But what's your advice for young men who have been falsely accused of rape at one point in time or the other, as we begin to wrap up?
My advice for them out there is that they shouldn't just take things to heart like that. The deed has been done already. I know in most cases, most guys will want to commit suicide or even take revenge on the girl. You understand? They should just take, at least they should I say they should accept their fate, because it has already been done. Let me not say they should accept their fate. You get?
I don't think they should accept their fate. They should speak up.
They should speak
up. The same way rape victims should speak up.
Definitely they are going to speak up. You understand?
Yeah.
Definitely they are going to speak up. But the law is the law that should take the drastic move.
Okay.
The law, because now those people now, they don't have anything to do. If you tell them that they should not take revenge, they'll just sit there. The blame has already been on them. It's the law that should take the drastic move.
Okay, so your advice actually goes to the law.
The law, yes, the government. Anybody that is stigmatizing them should be punished. The person that accused them should be punished.
Okay. All right, thank you so much, Emmanuel Walter, for your amazing contribution. I actually do wish we had more time, but of course, time is never our friend on this program. But a very big thank you, for taking our time to be with me on the Guys Hangout show tonight. Well, you've heard from the horse's mouth. The legal system ought to be strengthened. That's the only way, all of these will come to an end. Rape is just as bad as false rape allegations. So neither of them is better than the other. Okay? Please, you don't have to rape anyone. You don't have to rape anyone. Sex or intimacy should be based on consent. If she says no, let it be no. Walk away. Okay? And then do not use rape or rape allegation as a weapon to get back at someone. If you don't like someone, or if somebody offended you in any way, look for ways to settle scores with that person rather than using rape as, a weapon, because there are serious consequences. Well, it's been an amazing show tonight, and I want to say a very big thank you to each and every single one of you out there. My name is Harry Aigboje, and until I come your way again, same time, same station next week, do the right thing, stay out of trouble, and good night.
ITV, certainly the best.
The new Edion expressed excitement as they danced and rejoiced before the Esama of Benin, Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osawori Benedion, who also joined in the dance. As visiting and paying of homage to various homes of senior elders continued, the initiates spent 7 days performing diverse kinds of rites as required by tradition. They were furnished with rules and regulations regarding their new office as Edion.
That I grew up in this community to the point that they have now also chosen me as an elder in this community. It's a thing of great joy. All thanks to the Esama of Benin, my people, my family, everybody, all Okada community for this great honor. I am very, very grateful.
Well, this is my brother. I'll call him my uncle because he grew up with my father. I'm so proud of him because we are doing the same rituals as the Edions of the Okada. It is our duty for us to make this place a greater place, for outsiders to come and see the goodness of God in Okada. And I'm proud of every one of us here. So shall it be to each and every one of us in Jesus' name.
Odion ma Okada zima Esama zima Dion Bona zima Dion Obala zima Dion Marawe Mari Esama Dion na Mimado Pon Esama Mimado Beken Esama Emana Dio Warena Esama Magbekenene Osaba Obuyo Bitone Aba no get Tony Maga no dia mi Magame Manido Bekene na Ima Yafe Ima Ato Ima Agbo Oropa Ewu Dori Ima Adia Wogene all the Tiagbo ya no we mi Magame we need just question on me afa
in this summer in our father's house in respect of our initiation to elders Edion level. As tradition demands, we are here today to come and also pay homage to him, for him to also pray for long life and prosperity.
The climax after 7 days was paying of homage again to the Edion way, where he gave the initiates the full rights to function and to henceforth participate in meetings with Edion. It will go down in the history and minds of Okada community, Ovia people, Edo State, and Nigeria in general. The ambience, style, and the colorful ceremony associated with the 2025 initiation into the Edion Council of former Governor of Edo State, Chief Lucky Nosakari Benedion, his brothers Bright Ayamekwe Benedion, Honorable Charles Osenwige Benedion, Peter Osawori Benedion, Dr. Fred Osawuni Benedion, Barrister Mike Osawori Benedion, Executive Director Operations, ITV and Radio, Chief Elder Gwede Wonse, Honorable Efosa Douglas Igbenedion, Ukponwa Igbenedion, Osawe Igbenedion, Edosa Igbenedion, Dr. Daniel Omorige Igbenedion, as well as Agbong Steve Igbenedion, among other sons of Okada.
ITV, certainly the best.
Once again, welcome to this fitness show on ITV this morning. I'm Bengato Destiny, aka Man of Steel. Already, I've introduced us to the use of cardiorespiratory exercises and aerobics. This morning, once again, we want to take another variation of aerobics. Thank you to watch. We will be stretching first, of course, otherwise called the warm-up, which is very essential and necessary in every workout. Afterwards, we'll do a cool-down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inward, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Outward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Please return that, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And outward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. For our waist and of course our torso, we have to do some stretching. Please place your hand by your side. And let's go. This direction first, please. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Alright, that will be fine. And of course this way. 1, 2, 3. Alright. And before the last one, let's place our hand behind our back. Mind you, it's proper this way. Don't go like this, it's wrong. Just do this or alternatively do this. Alright? Well, I prefer this personally. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that should stretch your back for you. Of course, let's do our thigh stretch. 1, 2, 3. Remember, when you pull your thigh, ensure that your elbow is directly facing, your knee is directly facing the ground. Alright? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that'll be fine. Guys, are we good? Yeah. Alright, the first program to be run this morning will be the mountain climb. Yeah, many of you are conversant with this move. And of course, we will be introducing more to you. But for now, let's hit this. Alright, let's step down to it. Yeah, all good? Yeah, good. Let's go. We're going 3 sets and 10 reps each. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Woo. Alright, please. Woo. Yeah. How do you feel? Yeah. That was set 1. It's necessary you do your workout in reps and it's set. Alright, so that was the first set. And we're not wasting time waiting for the second set. The minimum break duration for every set should not exceed 20 seconds and a minimum of 10 seconds. Alright, we're good with 10. Of course. Let's do it again. Alright, let's go. 3, 2, hit it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright, when you do this, more effect will come to your abdominal region if you just look up while doing it. What I mean is this. Alright? So not body weight is, but there's nothing wrong with staying this way. However, breathing your head might place more pressure. Alright, for the very last set of this mountain climb, let's get down, please. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright, at this junction, we will take water break. We'll join you in the next workout for this very session. Thanks very much. Once again, I'm Bengato Destiny. Alright, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, and 10. Whoa. Yeah, the other leg, what time please?
ITV, certainly the best. ITV, certainly